Visit Venom Battle Gear, where you can pick up your very own limited edition print of our Yugi mat with Dark Magician Girl, and Dark Magician of Chaos. Artwork is exclusively designed by Nixie Arts as well, so check out her link in the Instagram below. Pick it up for shipping worldwide.
Good evening, YouTube. So thank you for joining us for another Duel tournament. Tonight we basically have Toons with myself on the left versus Donald's Pure Lightsworn. Now we kind of went a little bit old school. We kind of said like, all right, what we're going to do is we're going to minimize hand traps. We're actually going to allow these decks to play because both these decks need to kind of play. See how they actually do, and this is to kind of just basically have a bit more fun. So open up the Toon Kingdom, banish the top three. Also open up the bookmark, activate the bookmark to get the page flip. There's a reason bookmark is now 30 quid, which is crazy. Reveal BLS, Dark Magician, and Red Eyes. He hits the Dark Magician, which is beautiful, as long as I've got a Toon card to discard. The other two go back into the deck. And then discard a Toon BLS. And special summon a Toon from the deck. Now, my entire extra deck was not complete, sadly. But what I go for is through a lot of testing, I kind of saw that this really hurt Donald, and I really like this card. A lot of people don't actually play it, but that's Toon Briefcase. Now, it might not be as relevant against certain like high-level meta decks, purely because they're just like, all right, cool. I need my normal summon, but I can like bait that out with, other special summons. So I set 2, and basically what Toon Briefcase does is when your opponent normal or special summons on monsters, you shuffle it back into the deck. So I kind of like it. I think it's a nice card. I would love to get like a trap hole like that. One that, because obviously you've got Bottomless, which banishes, and then you've got Floodgate, which flips and locks. So it'd be nice to get one that's basically like just spin back to the deck. Anyway, Donald activates Advanced Draw, which basically allows him to stack the top 5. Now, this is just a little tech that he plays in the deck, which I think is quite funny, because it basically means that he can make sure that his mills off of Charge or Lumina or even Raiden are guaranteed. So exactly as that plays out, he does play Charge, excavates top 3. Oh, Wolf, Raiden, and a Charge. So I can only imagine that the other two cards were stuff that he didn't want to mill. So it puts the Raiden in the grave, it puts the Wolf in the grave, which means Wolf is going to basically trigger and special summon itself. Now, the natural play here is to go for Lumina, because then you'd normal summon the Lumina, discard any Lightsworn, or discard any card, and revive Raiden. But he knows I've got that briefcase, so he goes the Lila, because he's going to pop it anyway. So rather than him trying to pop one of my other cards, and rather than giving him abilities to get into an XYZ, this is where the pure Lightsworns really struggle, and this is where like a support card for them will really help. So activate bookmark, put Lila back into the deck. Also stops him getting 4 different names to the graveyard for JD as well. So kind of what balanced both these decks out is obviously Toons have Summon Sickness. I can't remember if I've got another page flip. Oh no, so I got Comic Hand. I was like, I'll just take your Wolf, why not? And then attack directly for 4-1. I think my top card wasn't that great, and I think the set card is like infinite impermanence. I've seen like a lot of blind second Toon decks as well, where they basically max out Comic Hand, and the idea is that you play Toon World and then start stealing your opponent's monsters, which I think is really cool because they become Toon cards. So you like Dark Ruler, and you just start stealing all their monsters, and you get to keep them while you've got the continuous. So they become Toon monsters. I don't believe their effects are negated. So like, apart from you negate them with Dark Ruler no more, but then if you gain you take something that's going to gain its effects back, you're good to go. So he goes with Lumina. I hit it with an Imperm. That's probably the most meta card I play in the deck for the Toons, and that probably pretty much ends his turn. Don't recall him excavating. Oh, he goes with Slash Draw. I like this tech in this deck. Obviously, it's only at 1, but the idea is that you get additional excavations. So if you hit like Trick Clown, so he hits a Lumina, a Recharge, a Judgment, and a Raiden. So nothing too great. And I think he discarded a Trick Clown. And then he draws, reveals it's JD. So I think this is really good because then it's like, cool, I can build up my graveyard with 4 different names, shuffle back what I don't want. So I think he chooses to bring back his charges, he chooses to bring back something else. But then what he forgets is that Comic Hand makes Wolf a Toon. So during my next turn, I'm going to attack directly for 46. So he puts back a JD and 3 charges. I think it's equal to the to my cards I have as well. So puts that back into the deck. And then, yeah, he just pretty much goes, yeah, there's not a lot you can do about it. Because he's got Regeki, but if he activates Regeki, because I can protect with Kingdom. So it was kind of just it is what it is kind of moment where the protection was set up with Bookmark for the Kingdom if you tried to clear that off. And then the protection for the Toon monsters was there on the board as well to be kind of protected. And then all it took for me was to top deck a Toon card, and then I'd bring out the BLS, and you're going for a game on that one there. We didn't side, like, again, this was just a fun duel, something a little bit different than the average duels that you'll see around. So I think Donald lets me go first again. He's kind of got like a go second Lightsworn build. So we go with Bookmark again. There's a reason this card is so broken. We go with Page Flip. Now, the reason I've gone with Page Flip is because I know that Donald's weakness right now is the Briefcase. So the Briefcase is actually doing a lot more damage, and Briefcase just needs to control a Toon monster. So luckily he hits the Dark Magician again, so it's like, yay! As long as the remaining 3 cards in my hand are a Toon, or one of them's a Toon, I can go from there. So I ditched another BLS. One of the reasons BLS is paid at 3 as well. No summon sickness, banish a card as well, broken. I think the only thing it was missing is like get to attack twice, but then, which I think wouldn't be too bad actually, because it would still need to destroy a monster. So, but I think what it would give you the ability for is you would attack a monster and then attack directly, which is probably a little bit unfair, because then you're going to be doing like pretty much double damage, not you need to. Anyway, so we've got the Briefcase, past the charge, and his charge mills weren't great, and the trap is only from a Lightsworn monster, so sad days. Can you imagine if charge triggered all the Lightsworn cards as well? Like, ugh, that'd be so cool. I mean, charge is beautiful. There's a reason the secrets are like 60 quid a pop, if not higher, on a first ed. So he's gone with the Lila again. He's really just like that Briefcase is so powerful, and obviously the Lila was going to pop it, so you just get rid of it. Yeah, passes, top deck the Extrav, just banish 6. It really, like I said, there's nothing in that extra deck. I think the only thing in the extra deck was like a Unicorn and a Cerberus, but you should really have a Red Eyes Flare and some rank 7s. I just forgot to bring them with me, which I'm glad I didn't take to the tournament. Activate Dark Magician's effect again. Now, I only played one Briefcase, but this brings me out the Red Eyes, which is nice, because then it means Red Eyes can bring another one from hand, which is BLS. BLS could banish a card, but it can't. I probably should have put BLS into attack mode, because then I would have been doing substantially more damage right now, because it doesn't have the summon sickness, which I keep forgetting because I'm so used to the Toons having summon sickness. I believe I then activate Bookmark, so I'm just searching the deck now, trying to figure out what I want to take. So I take the Kingdom. It's about time I try to protect my stuff, but then this is the damaging thing, is that like 1 JD, as long as he's got life points to pay, really cause issues. And I hit him for 25 when technically I should have been hitting him for 55. Get the charge, Monster Reborn, Goblinberg. Oh, what a terrible mill. That's just kind of the risk you run with Lightsworns. If your mills go off, you're in heaven. If they don't, you're in like hell. It's such a quick flip deck in that sense, where it's like, yay, massive plus, or yay, massive neg. So he goes with the Lumina. I've got nothing to stop this now. I don't think my back row, it might be Imperm, I'm not sure. So he goes with the Raiden. That's interesting. Oh, he didn't have a Lightsworn engrave, and he mills the wolf. So he's got Lila engrave, and then he makes Minerva. And because it's like, you just got to love pure Lightsworn though, because like Minerva is always going to be live and always going to be effective. Yeah, the Lumina just didn't have a Lightsworn target. I think there's 2 Goblinbergs and now a Lila, because we milled it off of Raiden. So you definitely go Minerva detach 1, excavate another 3, draw more cards. Yeah, I was going to say I'd go into attack. So Minerva's effect, detaching Raiden, mill 3, card advance, Minerva and Felice. So he's going to get Felice back, and then he's also going to get an additional mill for Minerva. So straight away he's got 3 Lightsworns with different names in the graveyard, because obviously he summons back the Felice. So he's got a Lila, a Raiden. He's got more. He's got a Lumina. It must be a Lumina, a Raiden, and then he twins my back row and tries to kill the castle. So he obviously drew that off of Minerva. So I kind of have nothing here. I think it is an imperm. So it's like, I'm bookmarking to protect my kingdom, and then the imperm just can't really do anything. I probably should have done it, like shotgunned it so much earlier, but I was waiting for a JD to come down. And the top decker twin just kind of goes, yep, nope, not happening. So he's definitely got the 4 in the grave. So it's now literally, have you opened up a JD? Did you get into a JD? There should be 4. Raiden, Lumina. He would have definitely discarded one as well. So there's definitely 4 in the graveyard. And now at this point, you go JD. What? Oh, Trick Clown was discarded off the twin. Fair. What? Oh, he goes into Curious. Yeah, so he tried to get a third JD or a second JD to hand, because he thought he had the trap, but he forgot that he milled it during the start, and was like, oh, sad days. So he just sends a random card. But it still gives him the ability. Like, I think I can protect my guys, or I do protect my guys from being destroyed through Kingdom's effect. The first time, but then you just go, cool, JT again, and then swinging for game, and it's just like, no, that's a crying shame, that one. As long as you got life points to pay, I'm in trouble. Uh-oh, I'm in danger. So, I mean, I should probably call a judge at this point. He's taking forever. It's a foolish burial, a dark hole. I mean, come on now. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so excavate the 3. Hits another Felice. I was like, what are you feeding this deck? Like, this is crazy. And then he brings out the JD. JD's going to pay the K. I think I've got another bookmark. Yeah, I do. So I've got another bookmark to protect my kingdom. And then I banish the 3. And then he pays it again. So he pays 2K. And then swings at JD with me for another 3K. So now I've got like no comeback. Like, I think I misplayed. I think I should have protected them with I should have used Kingdom to protect my monsters, and then he would have had to pay another K. But now all I can do is wall up, and then he just JDs, and then summons another JD, and it's just like, there's a reason JD is so good. I love that card. Like, it's one of my favorite cards. Such a good boss monster. Looks really cool as well. It's just a shame the synchro didn't do him justice. But yeah. Now moving on to, I'm going to need to find a new place to put the camera as well. So I do apologise. This was again a new local setup. So I need to kind of put the camera either onto the floor or onto just a safer setup. But obviously with social distancing, you kind of got to keep walkways clear as well. Yeah, so Donald is just resetting, cutting the decks, getting everything prepared and ready to go. So this is the way, if you guys haven't seen this before in the OCG, this is what they do, is they cut their decks into 3 piles and then your opponent chooses. There's a lot of different ways how others do it as well. So there we go. Extra straight away, banish any 6. What does it matter? You don't need to worry about that. Yeah, there's a reason Extrav's the way it is. It's so good for this. Just waiting for, there's Kingdom. So Kingdom's going to obviously banish the top 3. For some reason, I thought Kingdom banishes 10, like when I first played it. And then I got the Stone. I was like, yeah, Stone's going to get me red eyes, boy. You have no idea how fun it is to play the game. And I think Donald felt the same. To play the game without having to worry about ashes, ogres, talents, droplets, everything like that. So that was kind of fun. So red eyes into Dark Magician into Briefcase. Again, I've told you, like, just Briefcase was just so much, such a powerful card. Like, I really like it in this particular matchup. Like I said, in more modern Yu-Gi-Oh, you're in a little bit more trouble with a Briefcase, just because like so many more can just deal with it on an easier kind of scale. Yeah, so then obviously Charge gets a JD. His charge mills have been really, really not disappointing, but just like, they just haven't been good. Like, these are the, if it doesn't work for you, this is what's going to happen. But playing for, he's got to play through a briefcase. I think one of them's a page flip and one of them's an imperm. So he's got to get his mills off to get monsters on the board. Otherwise, the main normal summon's just going to get briefcased back in. Goblinberg. He forgot to search off a charge. That's usually a good start. So Goblinberg's going to go into Lumina. Lumina's kind of like the threat. It's such a good card as well. If Lumina was a level 4, like, I swear this deck would be broken beyond belief. I mean, Lumina as a 3 is just as good. Like, don't take it away, but like, if it's a 4. Oh no, he went for the Lila. He's like, I'm going to deal with your back row. It's like, no, briefcase. I think he has a Monster Reborn. Yeah, he does. He Monster Reborn's a Goblinberg. It's like, what are you doing? Just to make a Minerva. Like, why is Minerva a generic rank 4? But I mean, again, Minerva's such a good XYZ as well. Lila. Ooh. So yeah, that was a Dark Hole with Slash Draw and a Lila, by the way, just so you guys could again, lighting system is a little bit difficult to kind of like deal with at the locals as well. You can't just switch all the lights off. Everyone plays in darkness, deal with it. But yeah, page flip. So he ends his turn. I'll go page flip. This is just to get me an extra monster on the board that doesn't have summon sickness. So I went with a Gemini Elf because then I can Gemini Elf attack and just rip a card from his hand. Come on, BLS. Hits Dark Magician, which isn't bad because Dark Magician still gets another effect. But this actually gives me game, which is really cool because BLS doesn't have summon sickness. So you just go Dark Magician, summon out BLS, and then all my monsters can attack directly. So it's like, cool. So this part is just pretty much overextension right now. And because like straight away I was like, maybe I just banish Minerva, but I was like, no, cool, I'll just add BLS and then do what Toons do best and just attack you directly. Boom. And like pretty much just clear out. But yeah, that is it. Very, very fun game. Thoroughly enjoyed it. So thanks so much for everyone watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Till next time, guys, as absolutely always, happy dueling.
Visit Venom Battle Gear, where you can pick up your very own limited edition print of our Yugioh mat with Dark Magician Girl, and Dark Magician of Chaos. Artwork is exclusively designed by Nixie Arts as well, so check out her link in the Instagram below. Pick it up for shipping worldwide.